Wait a minute. What is that? I thought that was a big branch or something, but it looks like it's moving. I can't kill it. It looks like some kind of mealworm or something. It's definitely not fighting back. Can I do something with that? Oh, I can pick it up. Duh. Hello there my YouTube friends and fans, welcome to Conan Exiles. I actually saw this game so many times, but I always kept my fingers from it because I thought it was like a multiplayer only game, and I do not like to play those kind of games in a multiplayer because those games require so much time to get leveled up and, you know, make your buildings and all that stuff. And if there's other players in there, they always have nothing better to do than come and destroy your base, destroy everything you have, kill you all the time. I do not need that. I play games for fun. I have enough stress in my real life. I do not need that in games. But then I saw it again and I was like, wait a minute, it's now on Xbox Game Pass, it's free.
Stay back.
And someone is trying to attack me, but I'm just gonna ignore this person because I don't have any weapons at this time, but I get into that later. So I did a little bit more research on this game because I was still interested in playing it because I just absolutely love survival games. If you know me, been following me, you know that by now. I absolutely love them. They are for me like the most fun you can have in a game. So I found that you can actually play this solo. And as soon as I found out about that, I could not wait to get my hands on it. I started to download it and I was surprised how huge it was. I don't know how long it took to download this. I think it took like 2 hours or so. It's a huge game. And yes, maybe you can't compare the graphics to like a Far Cry game or so. It's really not needed because I think if they did that, the game would just become bloated and it would take longer to load. It would have a lot of lag. It would have a lot of issues. I think they just kind of found a nice balance between getting the graphics as good as they could, but still make the game enjoyable and run really smooth. And it actually really does that. There's very little lag here and there for a fraction of a second, or sometimes it freezes a little bit. But I'm also playing on a like 8-year-old Xbox, so I'm not surprised. This probably would run a lot better on the Xbox Series X, which nobody can get their hands on right now, duh. So as you can see here, this is just half of the world. It's huge. And I've already been at several places here. This is actually a respawn. And for some reason, there is a bug where you cannot respawn at the last location you saved. It should do that, but it always kind of throws you back in the desert where you originally started. And the punishment is that you lose everything you had on your body. But the good thing is, and that was something that would have been a game-breaking thing for me, is you do not lose anything you built, not your storage. As long as you don't have it on your body, all that stuff you keep. So I'm trying to get back to my base here as fast as I can because I'm like, I do not want to build anything. I don't want to build any weapons. I just make myself vulnerable. I have everything at my base. There's no reason for me to do that. I just go to the base and grab what I need because I have quite a bit of stuff there and I already know how to get there, and I already know that the base is there. The first time I died, I was super scared because I was out in the desert, basically naked. I was like, oh my god, if the game is going to be like that, where I have to start from scratch every time I die, I won't play this game for sure. Because it's not so hard to survive here. The only thing is there is something called corrupted like crocodile or corrupted coyote, and they have glowing eyes, and they can usually kill you within like a fraction of a second. I tried to fight them, and even though it looked like I was able to do that, it just took like, you know, a few more seconds, and all of a sudden I was there and I didn't even know what hit me. I don't know yet what I can do about them. I'm still learning. I'm still quite at the beginning of this game, but you can see now I'm playing here with the crocodile. The crocodiles are actually super easy to take down. They're really scary at the beginning, but once you kind of figure out that they always do this launch and then they kind of calm down, you could just hit them between the launches and it's absolutely no problem. So we're nearing my base location now, and I'm actually super happy about having chosen this as my base location. I just spontaneously decided to kind of try to build my first house here, and it's a very, very small house compared to what I could do, but I really just wanted to have a place where I can store my stuff and craft stuff. I'm not interested in any bigger houses at this point. And the reason I chose this location is, after having gone through so many hostile territories, this location has literally everything you need to craft, survive, have fun, enjoy yourself. Look at my little house here. I find it quite cozy. I just kind of tucked it into the mountain here a little bit, but I got everything I need. I do not need a palace to be happy, right? So I have my storage trunks here, and you can see everything is still there. So I did not lose anything I crafted or built. It's all there. The only thing I lost was what I literally had on my body. I did not even lose any of the stats. So it is a little bit of a pain to have to, you know, spawn in the desert every time and kind of go back and kind of refill everything. And that's going to take a little bit of time. And if you have, you know, built some stuff that took you more expensive or harder to get resources, that hurts a little bit, but I mean, it could be way worse. So once I have everything figured out again, my inventory is full again, I'm dressed, I have my stuff back, most of it at least. I'm kind of ready to show you what I have here. I have many crafting stations here. This is my little shack. I have a little porch here, as you can see. I can make leather here, and I can make weapons here. I got another trunk there to store like weapons that I don't need right now, or stuff that I need to build weapons. And then here we can make iron and brick, and here we can cook stuff. And then we have this little terrace that you can see to my right. And then down there I built this temple. Don't quite know yet what I need that for, but we'll get there eventually, right? So in here right now I don't have anything yet. That's gonna come later, but that wasn't so important to me yet, because I'm like thinking I don't really need anything. I just kind of had fun building this little house. I just wanted to see how the building stuff works and all, and that's kind of why I did that. This is literally called a starter house, right? Just like in real life. The starter houses are usually smaller, a little bit cheaper, and then later you will upgrade to something more fancy in the way you want it. So this location couldn't be any more perfect, even though I do have a spider infested hill behind me, or actually the whole mountain. And the spiders are not tiny little spiders as we know them. They're huge. They're as big as I am. And they're really scary when they start charging you and spitting poison at you and stuff like that. But I found out that they actually don't come near my house, and the only time they actually charge me is when I really, really bother them. Otherwise, they literally leave me alone, which is awesome. So that's why I don't feel creeped out living here. But we have something else creepy coming up, as you can see here in a moment. If I go up here, we have this cave entrance, and there's this ghost that always comes. I do not know what I should think of this ghost. She doesn't do anything to me. And when you go into this cave, there are very vicious crocodiles in there, and they're like attacking you all at the same time. And then there's a giant crocodile in there. I think it's like some kind of boss crocodile that I don't even dare to attack yet. But I'm sure I eventually have to kind of deal with it. But it's right next to my house, so... But what's also close to my house is this beautiful beach here, even though there are crocodiles on here, as you can see. But see, they are a lot of times not even realizing you're there. And if they are, they will slowly start kind of coming at you. There's another one right back there. But they're really not a big threat because you can literally just run by them. They're not too fast, and if it gets a little iffy, I usually just go in the water, because even though it looks like it can walk on water, they don't actually follow you into the deep water at all. So the same thing goes for like any enemy, hyenas, you know, people. If it gets iffy and you feel like your health is low, or you don't have a good enough weapon or whatever, you can't heal yourself quickly enough, go in the water and they will leave you alone, and then you can, you know, swim up on a different beach and kind of heal yourself and stuff. I like that a lot, you know, so it's not like you have, you know, ways to save yourself, which kind of also makes this game more relaxing and not super stressful. As I said, I do not want to be stressed all the time when I game. I mean, there is stress situations, but I don't want them to be non-stop. And here we have iron, super valuable resource, which thankfully respawns, I think, once a day or so. So I always kind of go around and get them once a day, because I kind of know now where the spots are by now. And there's a lot of iron all around my house. As I said, it's a very good place to live. And so the irons are usually like right around the bottom of the mountains here. And sometimes you find coal. I haven't had any need to use coal yet, but I'm definitely always coming here to get iron. And when you go here, there's actually enemies nearby. As you can see, I'm getting attacked here. I literally did not see this coming. This guy was sneaking up on me. I did not see him coming. And again, I'm just doing this maneuver where I wait until he attacks, and then when he's kind of done, I try to attack him again. Or if I'm too late, I can just kind of duck it. And I don't even have the best sword here, but they're really not too hard to take out. And I always make sure I have bandages on me and aloe extract, so I can heal myself quickly if it gets too iffy. So I'm kind of like ready to explore a little bit more, and I get really curious and want to explore this green area over here, because so far I've been in the more drier, sandier, deserty areas, and I'm thinking, well, maybe in those green areas I get a bunch of new animals and different resources that could be very helpful, because I want to kind of, you know, explore the world. Because exploring is like the most fun, right next to building. And I'm just mesmerized how beautiful it is here. Look at this. The little beaches, and everything is lush and green, and it's raining. That's something new. In the other place where my house is, we have sandstorms. I'm sure they are not here, but we probably have other dangerous things here. Look at how beautiful this is. I'm like, oh my god. I should have built my house here. There's all those like temple thingies and columns and temples everywhere, columns everywhere. It's just so beautiful. There's so much to explore. It's so lush. Look at the view here. I gotta have a house here somehow. So I'm like, oh man, I should have built my house here. But then I'm thinking, well, who says that I can only build one house, right? I mean, I could build another house if I wanted to, if I find the best spot here. And that would be a little bit closer for me to go explore this green area instead of always having to go back to my other house, which is quite far from this place. So I'm thinking, yeah, let's just see. Let's explore a little bit more here first and see if I actually do like this place and what kind of dangers are here. And then I see this thing and I'm like, what is this? Is this an animal? Is it a dead animal? It's not moving, or is this wood? What is this? It's not moving at all. Oh my god! It is moving! Oh my god, this thing creeped me out so much. It's huge! And I'm really freaked out. I'm like, go, 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 go. But the problem is I run out of stamina here, so I'm trying to kind of trick it out. Look, there it's coming. Oh my god, it's so big. Is it coming for me? I don't know. I don't think I can fight this thing, but I'm ready to fight if I have to. Okay, I think it left again, so I'm not even gonna try. I'm not leveled up high enough to even have a chance. That thing could smush me within seconds. So I know now that's probably not a good place to build my new house, right? But we'll see. So I'm back at the neighboring island here, as you can see here on the map, and I start exploring this island, and I'm like, this is really cool here. It's got this little lake down here, and I don't see any enemies right now. I'm just picking stones right now because I have to fix up my weapons and stuff. And then I go up here, and I think I've been here briefly before. I'm just checking to make sure there's no enemies attacking, there's no spiders, there's no whatever could attack me or be dangerous. But I really like this place. It's very cozy somehow. It's got a 360-degree view. And I make a decision. I'm like, this is the place. I'm gonna build another house here. So the first thing you always need to build a house is like lots and lots and lots of stone, but thankfully there is lots of stone here, which makes this pretty easy. You can see I have my little trunk over there. That's what I decided to do first, to have a little box to keep my stash, and that's it. But then I was like, you know what, it's more fun to have an actual house than just a box to put my stuff. Just because, you know, look at this location. Isn't it amazing? So I'm gonna build it right on this edge, and it's gonna be bigger than the previous one. I don't know yet how big, but I know that I want it bigger because I want more room inside so I can store stuff. And when I'm done with the house, look at this. I now have a bigger house with 2 stories. Yay! And it has an amazing view. I made a little bit a mistake up there on the roof. It's partially stone, but that's okay. I'm not gonna fix it, because if I do, I lose resources and there's no reason I need to fix it. It is rainproof now, and that's what matters, right? And look at that. I got this cozy little spot for my storage box right under the stairs. I moved it from outside to the inside, so now if someone wants to steal it from me, they have to come into my house. I don't know yet, is that a possibility? I'm not in multiplayer, so I'm not really worried about that. If I was in multiplayer, I definitely would be worried about that. And every now and so often, I have someone who comes onto my island here, which is very, very weird. That guy has a really strong hit. He knocked like a quarter off my health, or actually a third. So I'm like going for the hills here because I'm like, I cannot afford, I do not want to die at this point. I do not, that means I have to go back to the desert since this bug doesn't allow me to respawn here. And I do not want to go to the desert. I'm not done yet with this house. I want to add a lot more to this house. There's so much room here. So I'm going inside the house and I'm like thinking, is it possible for enemies to actually come into your house if you close the door? Would they come into the house? Those windows are so small. I can't even see out. I mean, I can barely see out. I don't know what's going on out there. And I'm really worried about this guy coming into my house because I'm like new to this game, right? I don't know. But then once I feel like safe, and I'm sure that he's not coming in. I heal up, and then I go outside to kind of make sure he is really gone carefully. It's super dark, so I need my torch, and it looks like he left. So good. It's still creepy though, you know, when they come. This is my territory now. So then I'm like deciding to go and explore a little bit around this island. But as I mentioned before, every time I'm kind of trying to leave this place and I come down here, this ramp, there's a new enemy down here. And in a way that's good, because those enemies have some yummy stuff on them, some great loot that I can actually use. Especially if I end up dying again, I will always have enough clothes and armor and weapons and stuff. And this guy has like, I don't know, he's got 2 daggers or something, and he has a friend. Is that his pet? So he's a tough one. But it turns out that this is actually, this giant lizard there is not his pet. So this is actually doing me a favor by attacking the guy and finishing him off, so I don't have to do it. But now I have to deal with this lizard, and this lizard is a little bit faster than a crocodile, so I gotta be careful. My health is down a quarter, and I really don't like this so close to my house, so I'm just kind of walking in circles to build up my adrenaline. Hit it real good, but he's still going. And I do have to be careful because I don't think I have aloe on me right now. This is the only thing about this area. I could not find any aloe here at all. So I don't know if there is any. I just couldn't find any. And aloe is better when you're in the middle of a fight. You can just take a sip. You do not have time to bandage yourself up. But a few more hits and he's finally down, and I can finally get all this nice reptile hide and whatever else flesh I can use. So then I'm kind of like finishing my house inside, and look at that, I got a double bed now, cozy bed here, I got lighting. I can now save my game here at this bed, which is something I realized I should have done in my small house, but who says I can't do it, right? I learned a lot by building this bigger house, actually. And I really like this place. It's like a really, really cool place. I got another trunk there. Got myself a little dining table down here so I can eat and drink. And look at this view. Isn't it beautiful? If I just didn't have grass inside the house, I would be happier. But it's just a little detail. But you can't beat that view. Look at this view. Isn't it amazing? I just love it. But I'm nowhere near done with this house. There's so much more I will be doing to this house, but you won't see that in this video. This is just kind of like a starter video for this game. Let me know if you want to see more about this game. Let me know in the comments if you want to see something different. I have a lot of fun with this game, and I recommend it to anyone who loves like open world survival games. It is so much fun. So if you liked this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.